Okay, welcome to part 2 of our rhythm guitar lesson. We're going to be talking about eighth notes, and this is going to be kind of some stuff that we touched on in the previous lesson, in the first lesson. It's going to be real simple stuff. Basically what I'm doing is I'm giving you some exercises specific to eighth notes. We're going to have a lesson probably after we do triplets and 16th notes where we're going to actually learn how to pull our parts out of a drum groove, and that's going to actually be real. We'll actually take this stuff that we're doing right now, it's going to bring it a little bit more to life, but I want to have one of each lesson in this order. So the first thing is we're going to put our metronome on. I have it at 60 beats a minute. And what we're going to do is we're going to start with the idea that eighth notes are half of a beat apiece. So we're counting them 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So what's happening is that the beat's divided in half. The downbeat, which is the first half of the beat, is where we count 1, 2, 3, 4. And then and is the upbeat. That's the direct middle of the beat. So we've got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now the first way that we're going to play eighth notes, we're actually going to be doing these as straight down strums. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now I'm playing a G power chord, right, which you'll see in the transcription in the written part. Right now I'm palm muting everything, and the straight down strum thing is a lot of times we're using this for like a real driving rhythm guitar part. If we're playing with the drummer where the hi-hat is closed, which we'll demonstrate in the other video, usually I'll choke up on it. I'll palm mute, where you're resting the edge of your palm, and you can kind of feel if you take your finger like this, you've got the bone and you got the mushy part right here. I usually set that right on the bridge saddle, right at the 6th string, until I get kind of a chunky sound. If I have it too far up, you get that. If I have it too far back, you don't get anything. But if you have it in the right place, you get this nice choked sound, right? And you can palm mute, just about anything you want to do. But for this rhythm, I'm starting you off with the palm mute idea because one of the things is that it keeps your wrist kind of anchored. And I'm not a big fan of anchors, but in this case, we're going to do this. So that when we're actually playing this, you're actually having to move more from the wrist. A lot of my students, they do everything from the elbow, and it's real hard to control. All right. So the first one, we're just doing straight eighth notes on this G power chord, palm muted. So we're going 1 and 2 and 3 and just trying to keep that as consistent as possible. One thing you can do is you can take this power chord and move it around and try and make sure that you're keeping the right hand consistent. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. Right, so we've got actually a little piece of music. Right, and what we're trying to do is trying to make sure that we're not interfering with the rhythm or letting the chords interfere with the rhythm. All right, so that's the first thing. That's our first feel. Now you can do it tight like that. We can do it bigger. It just depends on what you're trying to do dynamically, and we'll talk a little bit more about that later. But the idea is that you want to make sure that you're controlled. You're playing nice, even eighth notes, and that nothing actually speeds up, slows down, or stops when you're doing this, just like when we're doing quarter notes, right? Everything should be with that click, right? If I'm tapping my foot's tapping down on that click, and then it's coming up on the and. I'm not tapping twice as fast because I'm playing eighth notes. The idea is the foot is your guidepost. The foot is the thing that's actually teaching you where to feel that pulse. And we're always going to internalize that quarter note. It's one reason why it's going through this video all the way through, right? So we've got the straight down strum eighth notes. Now, if I want something that's kind of a little bit more open feeling, I'll do alternating eighth notes, where I'm going down on downbeats, up on upbeats. So if we do like kind of an open chord, 1, and this is more of a strummy, almost, I don't want to say acoustic guitar feel because it's not something you just do on acoustic guitar, but this, even when I'm trying to play it open, versus, or even that power chord, straight down strum thing's going to kind of push a little bit more, right? So we've got those two feels. Now today we have a rhythm where we're doing the alternating strum, and we're not playing on every eighth note. So we'll do something that's kind of a real common 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and notice that my right hand is feeling every eighth note. It's kind of hard to do this consistently and talk. But the idea here is that we don't want this to stop, speed up, slow down. This is kind of my mantra for this lesson, is that this has to be as dead consistent as you can make it. You know, in changing chords, that shouldn't be interrupted. But on beat 3 on this rhythm, I'm going 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1. Notice on beat 3, I'm strumming down, but I'm not hitting the strings. I'm ghosting it. So it almost, you can see it from this angle. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. All right, so that's the basic idea with that, and I'm going to try and have a couple different rhythms for you to work on doing that. But the last exercise in this lesson is going to be something where we're playing one. Basically, it's going to be a group of 3 eighth notes, but we're playing it not as triplets. We're going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. All right, so what's happening is you're having to play this rhythm. It'll be written. We're playing on 1 and 2, and then the and of 2, and downbeat of 4, and 2, and 3, and 4. All right. The idea being is that we're actually going to get this the idea where you're keeping the hand consistent real solid.